Good morning. This is a progression for jumping, but for knee stability, not necessarily for performance, because we're going to do some low power, low height jumps. This is how it's going to start. First, we need a landing position. So first on the list, triple extension to a stuck landing. Well, that seems simple enough, right? But if you don't have knee stability and your knees are wobbly, this is going to be a difficult exercise. But before you jump in the air, you have to know how to land. So triple extension, get a good stretch, and then drop. If you get your feet off the ground, that's good too. The first step to that is just keep your toes in touch with the ground and go down to the landing position. Next, 1 foot landing position, same thing. See if you can get that triple extension, test your balance. Woo. So get stable, and drop. Make sure that knee is coming out and not coming in. Ideally, you want alignment over the foot. You don't want it to go this way or too far that way. Neither is going to be good. Same thing. Test your other side. So whatever one you're going to have difficulty with, strength-wise, not just balance, really stability is the issue. So if I land, yeah, it's going to be hard to difficult. It's going to be difficult to balance on one toe with everything up here. But if your stability is off, then you should work on this. And by your stability being off, I mean if you can't drop onto the single leg stance without your knee caving in either direction, then you have to work on this position. So that's why it's progression. Second one, this side. Make sure I have stability on this side. All right, pretty good. Next, jump to a stuck landing, 2 feet to 2 feet. So jump squat, counter movement jump. Do that a few times. 2 feet to 1 foot. Jump with 2 feet, land on one. Okay, other side. Make sure both sides are the same or about the same. You don't want a deficit. You don't want this leg to be super strong and then you land on this one and you're like, whoa, super wobbly. No good. Other side. Up, down. All right. But the mobility or the stability and the mobility are going to be tied, right? So if you have a wobbly knee because you have crappy balance, you might have crappy balance because your knee isn't quite strong enough. So you have to strengthen and mobilize the joint at the same time that you're trying to achieve some balance. 1 foot to 1 foot. So now I'm jumping with 1 foot and landing on the other, and landing on 1 foot. I'm not going to jump back and forth. The progression is just this simple, 1 foot to 1 foot. Okay, good landing position. So I'm just losing balance because I'm not working hard enough, or do I actually have like a muscular deficit where I'm not firing the right stuff? That's what you're trying to find. Yes, you could be taxing your balance because you don't have the skill, but we're worried more about muscle balance than sensory balance. But if you can't get the movements right, don't progress forward, regress backward. Jump to rebound jump. So we've done the jump and the landing. Now let's add a jump to the rebound, jump to a rebound with the stuck landing. Instead of just, yeah, I did 2 jumps and then however you land and then you walk away. Second one, 2 feet to 1 foot. Oh, see, I was a little wobbly there. Let me try that side again. Maybe my driveway is slanted here. Other side. So I need to show a little more control on that single leg. Oh, 2 legs. Two to 1. Up, 1, 2. Okay, good. Focus. 1, 2. Good. Okay. 2 feet to 1 foot, 1 foot to 1 foot with the rebound, and then a stuck landing. 1, 2, boom. All right. 1, 2. And of course, less ground contact time is better. So my jumps are a little slow. So I'm like, I feel like I'm going like this. Ideally, you want your jump to be like super fast, less ground contact time. RDL to a jump squat. This is contrast, right? Lift something heavy with the same movement pattern that I will then move quickly in. So RDL, hinge, do a few of these. All right, okay, you can load this up however much. Jump squat. And then the next movement from there, split stance RDL to a high stance jump lunge. The jump lunge is not going to be one of these where we start super deep and we jump up really high. Those are hard to control. The point of this progression is to build stability this way. So if I'm doing these big wild jumps and my legs are swinging back and forth, it's a lot harder to control. So start easy. So my jump is going to be, if my split stance RDL is here, about less than a foot length back, shin vertical. Not only is the shin vertical, it's vertical in all directions, right? It's not just not doing this, but doing this. It's staying exactly straight up and down. And that's where the knee mobility exercise part comes in. Because we're not doing this for height and power. Right here, and drop that. Come back here. Make sure my shin is vertical. Do it again. All right. See, and that feels a lot better on both knees jumping short. But the point is, we want to get from here, this, practicing a stuck landing, to being able to jump with knee stability. You don't need to take big, deep jumps. Take little jumps.